My name is Jerome L. Glenn.
Jerome, when and where were you born?
51. Montgomery, Alabama, in a Air Force, Maxwell Air Force Base. My father was in the Air Force. My twin brother and I was born on the Air Force Base. I'm a bit of a law enforcement person. I retired in law enforcement. So, I've been pretty much into criminal justice background.
What led you to a career in law enforcement?
It's pretty much pushed me toward that direction after I got out of the service, the Navy, after Vietnam.
Tell us about your military service.
From September 71 to 75, August 75. My number was 51, my lottery number, so naturally I didn't want to go to where they wanted me to go, so I volunteered for the Navy. I was only 20, but I was old compared to some other young.
What did you do when you came home from Vietnam?
I was married and I had a son, and I was trying to find a job for which there were none. But the most important thing was trying to feed my family. So when I got a GI Bill and educated myself through universities.
What role has art played in your life?
Being from Chicago University, the Museum Arts is right there, and I did go to the Museum Arts a lot. And I just loved all the masters doing their things, and I just, hey, I could do that, and I wound up doing a lot of it in my work.
What led you to start painting?
I always had some creativity with art. My art teachers and everybody always said I had some talent with drawing and painting. I used that to relax myself. At the time when I was feeling a lot of pressures, because of lack of jobs, opportunities and stuff. Even when I started doing successful in correction, criminal justice, I continued on, and it was so relaxing to me. So it just came a part of me. And then people started liking my work. That was another, and just one after another. They would naturally come to see me at my home, and I would be into some of my work, and they'd say, "You did that? You did that? Hey, you selling that?" And all that kind of stuff, And the next thing I know, I was selling art.
What else can you tell us about your art?
Some of my artwork is particular to me, and it's warm and sensitive. It's abstract, and it's telling a story for that posed moment.
What is a posed moment?
Oh, posed moments, they are a woman standing in the weather, trying to get herself together, because the weather is blowing her hair everywhere and everything. And she's just standing there trying to get herself together. It's a posed moment. And so you try to capture all of that. Or just like Black Lives Matter, Eric Gardner's being strangled. George Floyd, he was with the knee on the neck. He was killed. None of them could breathe. So I got those posed moments on canvas, them death. I think about the image, knowing it, and then I think about how to describe it myself, which gives it another level of feeling.
How did you get involved with Arts for All?
One of my art teachers, she let me here, and she was also instructing here for some of the courses, and she thought that I could do well with participating here. She said, bring some of your art, compete. So I did. Soon enough, I started winning back to back, and I said, oh, this is nice. They started recognizing my work. I learned a lot from that.
Are there other Arts for All artists you enjoy?
Well, Phil, I like Phil's work. It's so sympathetic, and yet it's very complicated too, and I like the way Phil In a way, he also, it's abstract, he also has a posed moment for everything he does. Art in the Square, Philly always used to sell a lot of work there, and I did too. So we used to communicate a lot.
How does it feel to win an award for your art?
That gives me a lot of encouragement, I tell you that, and I'm off to the races again.
What is the value of art for the artist?
I started painting again is when I was injured on the job, on duty, by inmate, breaking my jaw. I suffered TBI, traumatic brain injury.
A traumatic brain injury, or TBI, is caused by a bump, blow, or jolt to the head that disrupts the normal function of the brain.
Doing my healing and all that, I would paint to relax. And that was in 1990. That was part of my healing process. And no one told me to do it, it's just that I did it on my own. I knew that I felt some connection to it, so that's why I did it. Art really is a healing value, to one's thinking ability. I hope that I got that, issue clear. Just because you have a disability doesn't mean you can't have work.
Jerome Glenn, Artist Profile. For more on Jerome Glenn, visit his artist profile at artsforallwi.org/Jerome-Glenn.